Hello everyone, it's Robin here and welcome. I'm so happy to see you all today. So today we're diving into my happy planner here and I'm going to be filling out the wellness section for November. Can you believe it's already November? This year is going by so fast. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to do this because I'm pulling in stickers from my Etsy shop and I really love this kit. This is the November Soft Florals and these browns, oh my gosh, they just are speaking to me. They're so late fall colors. I love these colors so much together. I'm excited to use all these. Now, I've been sharing my wellness journey with my friend Tracie over at Midwest Craft Chat through this past year. We've been putting videos out every month on the 25th. So we do this in collaboration and I believe we're just going to keep doing it through 2026 too because I just love doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'll put a link down below to Tracie's channel and her video so you can check it out too. But in the meantime, I'm excited to get this started. So let's flip the camera down and get to planning. So I'm flipping through the October wellness page that I set up to give you an idea of what I'm doing in case you haven't seen any of these videos before. I love this layout of the Happy Planner. It's the monthly layout. Here, I'll show you a clean page. These are the pages we'll be filling out for November. But it's a great hub for any type of goal setting or keeping track of pockets of information for your month. This layout works really well and it's been a lot of fun to use too. But here's my October and I set it up with just, you know, some quotes that are like inspirational. I have a goal section here. I have things I want to do. So these to-dos are not tasks like, you know, clean the house and do all that, although it could be. These are more wellness based and self-care based. And so these to-dos are all the things that I wanted to try to do in October, like do all the fall and Halloween things, hang out outside, make some fall soups, make an exercise plan, make a meal plan, watch Halloween movies, read fall books, and start the cruise scrapbook, which I didn't do, but I did work on my December daily scrapbook. See, scrapbooking is a big thing that I love to do that I often don't make time for. So that's something that I'm really focusing on. On this side over here, I put from my goals, I put what I want to focus on. Let's take some walks. Let's look at and adjust the diet and let's play with scrapbooking. You'll see that a lot in my wellness section. And then up here, I have my big and little moments for the month. These are some big and little things that happen during the month. I have an empty spot here, but you know, the month is still fresh. Today you're seeing this the 25th. I filmed this today, the 24th. See, 2 todays. It's a time travel thing. We still have some time, but playing Catan and watching 13 Ghosts on the porch during a thunderstorm. Loved that. We had so much fun. We did that last weekend and it was so much fun. We have a screened-in porch and we sat out there with the cats pretty much all afternoon playing a game on the TV through his Xbox. We played Catan because we downloaded that. We love that board game, so we downloaded it there. And we also watched movies. We watched 13 Ghosts, which was spooky. Walking through a corn maze, that was super fun too. Buying a new router unexpectedly. So yeah, our router and internet, it was a whole thing. But now we have this really beefy router, so that was a huge thing. It was fun. Pez laughing during Downton Abbey. We went to see Downton Abbey and I got in this laughing fit. I think I talked about this during my currently thing, so it was really kind of funny. And then I also have a place for gratitude because I think that's important too in wellness is to be great, is to find areas that you're grateful for and to make note of it. I know we all are always grateful for things, but unless you make note of it, it might not always stick. So in this month I wrote, I am grateful for Rod, my husband, for creating an awesome fall space on the screened porch for us to hang out with the cats and play games. And he did. He decked it all out with a fall. We have leaves in there. We have a scarecrow deal in there. And it's just really cool. It's been a great space to be out in. We were actually out in there last night and it's getting too cold because it was 46 degrees. So screened in porch, not so much. So we're thinking of alternatives because we've been doing this since the beginning of summer and it's been loads of fun. Anyway, so here's my October goals. And now we're going to flip to November. This is the page we're going to fill out. Again, I'm going to use the November Soft Florals. Look at these browns. I am loving all of these brown colors for this late fall area. You were made to bloom. This is the deco sheet. This is the journaling kit. those two sheets, but these are extras. So there's the deco sheet. We have some deco strips, which are really pretty, and then some extra boxes over here. Plus, this is a freebie that I send out with the journaling kit with some extra boxes. So let's go ahead and take these off the rings and just get started. So we're just going to start with putting our headers at the top, and the journaling kit has a thick header and a thin header, and I'm going to pull in the deco strips because it has a thick and a thin, and they're made to match the journaling kit exactly. So we'll be using all of these. So I'm just going to pull this right off of here. Let's move some of this aside, and I'm going to flip this upside down. It's sometimes easier to attach. And I'm just going to kind of put it off to the side over here. I'm not writing anything out. I think it'll all be okay. And we're just going to lay it down like that. I have a little loop here, but that doesn't bother me. But you could easily wipe that out if you want to. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the thick one off of here. And do the same thing on this side. Just kind of going over to the edge and laying it right down. And it's like we have instant decor, right? I love that. I love that so much. Okay. The next thing I want to do is I do like playing with these borders here. So they're floral and they're cut out, and I think they're really pretty. So I'm going to start this one over on this side, right at the edge here. And then we're going to cut it right before these dots. So let me grab my card. Okay, so we're gonna cut this right before these dots because I like it to go as far as possible. And I'm applying just a little bit of pressure. I don't want to go through both sheets. And I guess that just takes a little practice. But we've been practicing this, so we're good usually. Careful that you don't rip that. But then we have that. That's really pretty. And I have that little piece. And I'm going to go ahead and put some on this side too. Now I changed my mind oftentimes how I want to put it on this side. Sometimes I put it straight across the bottom. So it goes like all the way across, which I kind of like. And then sometimes I stop it right at the edge, which I kind of think I might do this time. We might just stop it at the edge. So I'm going to go to the edge. I'm using the bottom line of this lined section. And we're going to go right up to this box. So I'm going to turn this upside down because it's easier to cut for me. And I'm going to cut it right on the line here. Just like so. And I think that looks really cute like that. And I have these two extra pieces if I want to use them somewhere else. Okay. So we have this all started. And now I need to start thinking about how I want to do each section and which to do first. See, that's always the thing. So I'm going to pull this out. This is the journaling deco kit. It has this. So I'm going to pull this off. This is our deco box that looks like it's been torn, which is fun. It says live with gratitude, which is great sentiment for November, right? I'm going to put this up here. And I think that is somewhat straight. Yeah, that looks cute. We can put something up here if we want, or I could white that out, but we'll just leave it be for right now and see where we get to. I want to fill out, let's see, this section here. This is the big and little moments section. This is highlighting 5 big and little things that happened during the month. And I have words on this journaling kit, big and little moments. We have gratitude and we have goals. So we're going to do the big and little moments section here. And I love using these edges. I think we're going to use this one this way this time. So we're going to go like this. And this will kind of anchor this area a little bit. And we're just kind of putting it right there. That looks really nice. And now we're going to put the boxes in. So I like to start with this big box because for my big and little moments, it's always nice having one larger box. So I have these boxes here with these. I have this here and these. And then I also have the trio boxes in case I want another box. So let's go ahead And let's move this aside for a moment and let's go ahead and place this in. And I like to overlap it onto the box. And I'm following the dot grid at the bottom just to make sure I get it straight. Kind of like so. That's pretty. Let's take one of these boxes and put right up at the top here. And I'm going to go off the side so it's not so even. And we'll just kind of set it right on these lines, right on these dot grids here. Just like so. And I'm going over this, and that's okay if I see through it a little bit, because once you write on it, you don't really see it. I change this section a little bit each time. I do like to use a square, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to use. If I want to use this color or this color. I think we'll go with this color. So I'm going to put this triangle on this dot, and then we're going to look at this side and match it to that line there, and that way we know it's kind of straight. There we go. Nice. Now we just need 2 more. So I have already this big brown one, so whoops. Maybe we'll use these 2 down here. And we'll kind of connect them a little bit like this. I think that'll look nice. So let's go down 1 so it's not so even. And I think I'm going to make the top one go over. So we'll just put this here, and then we'll kind of put this one, I think right about there. It looks good. And then we have a series of 5 in a cluster for that. Super, super cute. We can put our big and little moments word in there. And then we'll add deco probably near the end when we're done laying everything out. But I'm just going to center this kind of between these 2 boxes, right about like that. And I think that looks nice. While we're doing that, let's grab this gratitude word and place it right on this line right here. This is where I'll write my gratitude. I may choose to put a washi or not. I do like the white space on this planner because I tend to put a lot of stickers, so sometimes the white space is very helpful. Okay, we are getting there. What I want to do next is this section here. So let's grab all those things. So let's pull this larger corner that is the opposite of this and put it right up at the top here. So I'm going to turn this upside down. It's a little easier. And I'm going to put it, I could put it all the way over. Maybe I'll do that this time. Just like so. And then we have this big section down here to house our quote and maybe some deco. You were made to bloom. I've really been enjoying these soft florals this year. Let's go right about here. And I have a floral right here. Let's pull that up. Yes, so I'm taking that right off of this journal deco, but I do have some extras over here if I want. I think I want this down a little bit. I think I put it up too high. It's making me crazy. Maybe right here. That still looks cute. We can put some little fun things in here because we have other florals here we can play with. Okay, well, let's leave this be for a minute because I do want more florals over here too. So we'll just keep an eye on this while we finish everything else. I'm going to go ahead and put some of the boxes in some of these areas. Now for these, I will white out this check it off and this top priorities. I think I'm going to white these numbers out too, just in case. So let's go ahead and put our boxes in. Over on the left, we have 3 habit trackers. Now, I haven't been the best in habit tracking my monthly things, but I still put them in here. We will get there. So let's just put one there and one here and then one here. Okay. And next, I want to label these 2 areas So I've used these littles. So I'm going to use this freebie that I sent. It has that variated color on it. It's gorgeous. And we're going to go ahead and put this right here to label this area. And then I'll use another one right here to label this area. And then I'll use this larger one because I like my goals word to be a little bigger. So sometimes I'll put this up here, although my November is really wide, but I think I can make it fit. We'll go kind of off the side a bit. There we go. So there's my labels. Back on my journaling, I have these 3 florals, and I'll use these to kind of, instead of numbering, to kind of highlight each thing. So let's go ahead and just put these 3 here, right over that white out. There we go. And let's see, I have a couple of leaves. Let's take both of these off and see if we can play with them down here. Maybe we'll put this leaf over here, kind of in that section. We have more leaves here. Little twirligig. This would fit actually right here to add some greenery to help make the brown pop. I'm going to try another one of these leaves. I think these are smaller. It might work better over in this area. Okay, let's do the leaves like that. Sometimes you can get hung up on the situation, right? Let's see, before I put this leaf down, let's see if there's another floral I want in here. Here's one that kind of goes long. I could fit right in here like that. Gorgeous. And then let's put this little leaf going down this way. So we have more leaves on here. I'm good with this. Next, another thing I like to do, and this is a trick I learned from Tracie, because the first time she did it, I was like, I want that life for me, is there's circles here for checkoff lists. I'm using the circles here. It's going to add a huge pop of color, and I'm going to just alternate the colors basically like this and just go down the list and cover these with these. So why don't you listen to some fun music while I make magic happen. Just like that. I think we're done with the deco, and now we can get ready to fill some of the things in. So let me grab some pens. Okay, we have 2 pens here. I have a Micron 03 and a Muji 0.38. So this is a very fine tip, and then this is kind of a medium-ish tip. And I like to play with the different, you know, weights of the pens while I'm writing to play with it. So before we fill anything out, we kind of need to know what our goals are for the month. And these are probably going to be very similar to the goals I had last month. I'm probably going to use these 2 things too. So actually, let's pull some of these. So I'm going to do 2 goals. So we'll place one right here and one right there. Okay. And I'm going to write the word goals up here, just like that. And I like to start my goals, which are very broad and basic, with the terms I want to. So I'm going to write that, because this allows me in my mind to think these are things I want to do. It's not just a goal like, hey, do all, you know, this, but it's like I want to do this. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here's my 2 goals that we're working on this month. Okay, so my goals this month are, I want to feel better and be healthier. So one of my wellness goals is actually about my health. So wellness can mean a lot of things, right? And I do want my health to be part of it. My second goal is I want to make time to do things I love. This is all those things that's like self-care or things that we love to do. You'll hear me talk about scrapbooking all the time, or reading, or hanging out outside with Rod, and doing social things and that type of thing. So these are my 2 broad goals. Now with these goals, we're going to go over here. These are 3 things that I want to focus on this month. So I'm going to write focus right here. And I'm gonna write 3 things down here. And well, let's just go ahead and write them down. So with this in mind, these are the things I want to focus on. Okay, so this month what I want to focus on is let's take some walks. Always important to do. You're getting outside, you're doing your steps, and you're just getting some exercise. Part of the feeling better and being healthier. Let's try some yoga. This is a new one I'm adding because I want to get into some yoga and trying some of those stretching and calm, you know, it's calm and all those kinds of things. So I have some that I'm going to try that I've been finding on YouTube. So we're going to just try that and I'll report back. And let's play with scrapbooking. That's part of the make times to do the things I love. I have all the scrapbooking projects I want to do. Allie Edwards is someone I follow who does December Daily, and all her December Daily scrapbooking kits are starting to be sent to us for this year. I'm still trying to finish my book from 2 years ago, and I can do a whole thing from last year too because I have all that. Plus, I have stuff from our cruise that we did, and I want to make that scrapbook. So I kind of have a lot of projects that I want to do, but let's play with it. Let's just play with it. Okay, so from the goals to my focus, this will lead me into what do I want to track? So let's figure out what we're going to put in here. Okay, so we're basically tracking what I tracked last month. So walks. So I'm just going to mark off the days that we take some dedicated walks. If I'm walking just more intentionally. Water, if I'm getting all my water in. I don't have it written down anywhere over here. I want to make sure that I'm still focusing on that and doing that because you feel better and your skin feels better when you're drinking all your water. And I thought I should put play down here. That will involve anything that has to do with all the things I love to do, like reading and scrapbooking and all those good things. Just making sure I do it. Okay. Now, with that, I have one more section I want to fill out, and this one is really fun. And I write this as a to-do section, and some of you might think of it more as like what I put in like for my bucket list of things, but those are bucket lists of things I want to do. So these are things I want to make sure I do in November, you know, all the November things. So let's think about this for a moment, and I'll get right back to you and we'll fill it out. Okay, so I went a little crazy and filled in all the spaces. It's not something I usually do. And while we're here, I pulled this off of the deco sheet because I think I want to put this right here. I think it looks pretty. Okay, so some things I want to do in November. See, November's a fun month. The fall months, there's just so much to do. Build a new fall planner / journal. Okay, that video will be coming soon. I'm very excited about it, like super excited. So that will come very soon, hopefully Wednesday. Fingers crossed. Okay, do some scrapbooking as always. Read more fall books. Yes, we want to read more fall books. Make some hearty soups. Just the time of year for it. Bake a pie. Watch the new Wicked movie. So yeah, really looking forward to that coming out. Very excited. And then start thinking about Christmas, making Christmas lists, start Christmas decorating. We start early around here, but it takes a while to get all the things, and it's fun. And go Black Friday shopping, one of my favorite things to do. It's not like it used to be, but the idea of it is still there, so I love to do it. And then last but not least, let's make a gratitude list because that's always a great thing too. Okay, I think we're done here. Let's get the planner and put her in. So filling out this section for my wellness each month has been helping throughout the year because even if I don't do everything, it's keeping it in the forefront of my mind, and it's just honing me in and focusing me to make note of the things I want to do and need to do and should do for my health and my wellness and all those good things. Plus, it's fun to decorate. And plus, I get to do it with my friend Tracie over at Midwest Craft Chat, as I mentioned. I'll put a link down below for her video so that you can check out what she's doing on her wellness journey. I always love seeing what everyone's focused on and what we're all doing. It's just really fun for me. Let me know down below, what are you looking forward to this month? What are you working on? What are you doing? I would love to hear all about it. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you have a magical day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!